Hello friends, welcome to a new video of Let's Watercolor with Vanidas. In this series of videos, I will take you through my way of doing watercolors. My objective is that jointly we make the watercolor painting a fun-filled and very dynamic activity. Hope we will enjoy. In today's video, we will make a small level cross scene. I found this an interesting subject. If you look at this, there are a lot of complexities involved, a lot of structures, though there are not much vehicles, but lot of buildings, two-wheelers, etc. A transformer here, a couple of electric poles. So we will try to make a simplified version of this. We might probably skip a lot of details because we don't really need those much of details. We will try to keep the main interesting subjects, which are these gates and probably the transformer and the electrical poles. Maybe we'll try to keep this kind of a light and a couple of people around, and these buildings will indicate very suggestively. We'll make a quick sketch, a thumbnail of this, then we'll go into the painting. Very quick thumbnail. We will not make much details. An indication of the horizon. I'm just placing the elements now. So we will place the electrical poles somewhere here. We'll get the railway line somewhere here. I'm taking a softer pencil, trying to keep a structure here. Will not give too much of details here, and quite a bit of some distant buildings and all here, and a couple of trees, coconut trees and other stuff here. So maybe this is how our road comes here. All distance buildings will just indicate very suggestively. Okay, maybe this building will make it little bit of details. Now some buildings here. Very suggestively. Some details here. We have some traffic post here. Now the main one electrical pole we will make here. This area will just vaguely indicate, and the main interest is now in this transformer and this peculiar structure. This is a very rough sketch, so you don't have to worry about the accuracy. These are a lot of structures, you don't have to be precise here. And there are a lot of wires coming from here to there. And there is a closer building here. So we'll make it with darker shades. Now we'll add some characters. I think this is a kind of very rough sketch that we are going to make. So we have avoided a lot of details, a lot of the background things we have just given some indication. These are the key highlight step, the foreground steps we will be making, and depending upon how it comes out, I might make some changes when we really make the painting. Right now, going to the watercolor painting part. We'll make a quick sketch on the watercolor paper now. So I'm using Maestriaa watercolor paper here. It's an Indian handmade paper, and I'm using a quarter sheet of this. It's a rough texture, 300 GSM. So let's do the sketching now. The sketching is very primitive. Just some markings I will make, not very much detailed sketches. Just indicating the buildings and all. See, we already have the kind of sketch already here. So, but we will be making only the key outlines here on the watercolor paper, because we already have the idea in our mind. The path of the road. And here comes here comes the transformer. And here comes the building. Yeah, I think we are pretty done with the sketches. See, this is a very simple sketch. This gives me an idea of how I should apply my wash. As it is seen in the reference, we will have a quick sky, and very vaguely we will indicate the buildings, and then we will wash the foregrounds, the roads. So we will modify the colors. We will not keep the same colors. Here is my palette, and we will be using some blues, cobalt blue and ultramarine blue. This is cerulean blue. This is sap green, and this is violet. This is raw umber, burnt sienna, some red, crimson and vermilion, orange, Indian yellow, gamboge. So we will be using some of these colors, and if I use some other colors, I will let you know. I might use white color for some final finishing touches, but otherwise I am planning to use these colors. But dynamically, if situation demands, I might use some other color, in which case I will tell you. So the first wash, we don't want any detailed sky, so I am kind of making a plain water wash here. Okay. Some of our sketches might wash off, so that is okay, because we already have an idea of these elements. So I'm using, I'm making little bit slightly pinkish blue for the sky, slightly pinkish blue. Yeah. I'm also making it little cloudy colors. Adding a little bit of blue here because I think this is too much of a cloudy color. Just for some interest, I am applying some. I'm washing off some of this. Okay. I don't want a very defined, well-defined sky, so I'm just washing off. When it comes to this road, I am making it little bit of violetish, bluish tone. Making the road now. This road is just primary washes, it will dry off quickly. I want little the feel of light here, so I am just drying off some of these colors. I am just lifting out some of these colors with the clean brush. I am just taking out some of these colors. It is too wet, so this is some brownish yellowish color. I'm just covering so that we are not seeing any kind of sharp white. I'm applying this just to avoid seeing sharp whites here. Some water formation I am just taking out with a damp brush. So we have to wait until this gets dry. You check if it is dry now. The first wash is dry. Now we will give the background part of it. So basically we will define the rear side buildings and the tree foliages, etc. in a very suggestive way. Remember that we are not going to make much of precision drawing here. In a medium size brush for this, very light dullish blue here. These are the distant buildings. It is just an indication, okay, so it might appear a little bit darker color now, but I think as we move on it will be alright. So maybe some yellowish buildings maybe here. I'm trying to draw these things in a little bit perspective. I'm following some of the pencil marks that are still visible. just an indication only. I don't want any clear outlines for this, so just diffusing it. We'll give the details later as we progress, but this is at this point these are just a definitions, you can say. Lot of details, lot of things will cover when we give the details. Lot of things will get covered here, so it is not really important what comes here, right? Now we'll have some building here. Since here it is a shadow tone, here we'll make it some light tones. Since light will not be falling too much on the bottom area, so we are kind of making a little bit of darker tones here. Now we have quite some bit of tree foliages here. Just indicating some tree branches. We are not really worried about the exact shapes, etc. We have an electric pole here. we are kind of merging things here. We don't want too much of sharp edges, so we are just merging the edges here. So that's it. Similarly, if you look at there were some coconut trees etc. here, we will define those things also. There were some distant coconut trees. We don't have to define them well. Kind of diffusing it there as we reach toward the distant end. It is better we diffuse the things. We have to give further details. So, but before giving the details, we will have to ensure that these things are a little bit dry. Right? So we'll have to wait until this gets dry. Alright, this is dry now. We will apply the next layer. So basically we will create a building, the nearby building here. Since it is closer to us and it is under the a little bit under the shadow, we will create a darker tone, so to create depth. So I am using this little bit of ultramarine blue and brown, burnt sienna, and will create the next tone. So we are not exactly worried about the image in the reference. We will just creating a darker tone here, just to create some depth. Now the next is that we have to go for the detailed stuff. Now using a little bit of a darker tone to create the pole. Black color pole. We're just making it little darker. Not too much worried about the actual color. I'm taking a little liner brush because we need much more finer lines now. Since the paper is little rough in texture, we are finding the edges are not very precise. Now we'll have to make the main the transformer here. Now this particular structure we'll have to make the transformer here. You don't have to be precise about each stroke, you just have to get that feeling, that's it. I'm using thicker olive green and maybe mixing some brown into this and making some brownish greenish dark tone. We may vary the tone as we move ahead. There are a lot of lines happening. You don't have to be very precise about the line edges and all. Just indication will do. Indication means even if the edges go a little bit off and on, not a problem. A lot of whatever happens with the electrical pole, lot of things which we are not very sure. Lot of poles, lot of wires hanging around here. Lot of wires. Okay, now let us come to this point. Now we are going for the gate. So this is mainly yellowish orangish color and with a red board or a rounded board. So we'll try to quickly indicate that. So for that again I will use the liner brush and little bit of Indian yellow. I am taking a very thick consistency. Okay, and we might also use some orange. It is little tricky to draw this on a rough textured paper. If it was say a smooth paper, it would have been better to draw these kind of lines. I think we'll have to dilute the paint little bit. Just making some darker shadow portion for the gate. Yeah. Some very thin lines for this. Rough indication will do. Now some lines, some indication for the actual railway line. That is enough for that. Now I will give some indication for the building details. Just some dry brush strokes. I'm just to break something, that's it. Lot of shadows here and there for this. These are nothing specific. I'm just creating some darker tones, that's it. I think we are primarily done without the characters, so now we will make the characters. I think I will also make some directional lines which will kind of take you through the painting. These are just directional lines, just to take the viewer's eye through the painting. In reality you cannot find anything like that. I'm just sprinkling some water and just so that it creates some texture sort of effect, that's it, nothing much. I know these are a little bit of darker in color, but once it gets dry, I think it will be fine. We can create some characters at a distance for now. Maybe one character here, maybe another here. Okay. One, maybe we'll change the color of this character. I think this is too bright. I'm diffusing it a little bit. Another character who is little closer. So I'm just trying to mark the character position and size by this character here. The characters are a little darker. I'm not making very colorful characters, they're just a kind of indications. It's coming this side. Maybe he's going in a bicycle. It's all a never-ending detailed work, and you can stop wherever you want. And if you start giving the details, you will never. It will never end. I'll prefer to use little bit of white shade here, so I'll use a touch of white, and maybe I think that's enough for the indication. We are not making very realistic stuff here. Now all of this should have some kind of a shadow. All of them should have some kind of a shadow. I think we are getting very close to where we can say that it is done. So I'll give some white highlights. Okay, so it is up to you whether you want to give white highlights or not. You have to be a little careful when giving white. Don't overdo it. I think I'm already overdoing it, but be careful. it's over. It's overdone. Okay, we'll try to fix it. I think that's it. I think we are pretty done. There was some light here. Conclude it as done. I'll just put my signature here. It's too thick. I think we have spent a little bit more time with this picture, and we try to simplify quite a bit of things. If you really look at, there are too much of details around this area, too many things. So we try to, simplify quite a lot of things in the background, and the key, the contrasting strokes only we have made, and I think we are in a good position to declare that this painting is done. So we'll take out the tape. Thank you very much for staying with me and watching the video. These things are pretty suggestive. You could have given more care on the tones and all, but I think this is pretty okay. We'll see you in the next painting. That's it for today. Hope you were with me throughout this video. If you have any comments, suggestions, questions, please do mention them in the comment section below. If you liked my video, please click on the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. I will strive to produce more videos with your support and motivation by addressing all your comments and suggestions, and I will also try to respond to your questions, suggestions as frequently as possible. Hope we'll meet you in the next video, and we'll continue with the fun of painting watercolors. Thank you very much.